Hello, Andreas. Could you please give an introduction about yourself?
Hello, Rokas. Nice to meet you. My name is Andreas. I'm 26 years old, turning 27 in October, and I joined the real world about 1.5 years ago. And so far, I made in total $70,000.
Very solid. So let's begin with how did you find out about the real world and what led to you joining?
So I was actually calling in sick from work because I really didn't want to go that day, and I had a flu. And I started scrolling YouTube to find some ways to make money. And funnily enough, I ended up on some podcasts from the man himself, Andrew Tate, and that's where I guess I heard about the real world the first time.
Mhm. And as soon as you heard about it, did you decide to join or was there some hesitation there?
I was super skeptical because in my family there hasn't been a lot of money made. So I had some thoughts this could work, but I wanted to do some research, and I did.
Okay, so you done your research, and was it what I'm trying to get at is some people, when they hear about it, they're skeptical like you. Maybe they're thinking it's a scam, so usually they don't really join. But what was the moment that led to you actually joining? Like, was it a decision? Did the trigger happen? What was that?
So in general, I always wanted to achieve more in my life, and I'm actually an MMA fighter as well. Right now,
Mm.
amateur level, but I'm progressing towards pro. And I thought about the money aspect that I want to make more money, and so I did my research essentially, and I looked at people's wins, and I got the fire under my belly. So it was awesome seeing people win, but I was like, I can do this as well. Why won't I do it? So yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you joined. What campuses did you get into?
Oh man, all of them. I made the mistake of going to the crypto campus firsthand. I was like, quick money, let's go. But I quickly learned that it killed a lot of my time. The amount of money I made till now would have been made quicker if I actually chose one campus and stuck with it for a longer period of time. So I was in content creation, copywriting, and crypto. Also gave a sneak peek for e-commerce, but then I heavily leaned towards copywriting and content creation, and that's actually what I'm offering right now, a mix of those services.
Okay. Did you have any prior skills in content creation or in what you do now, or was it something completely new to you?
Um, I've not, no, it was completely new. I have heard about it before. I wouldn't call that experience, but I didn't know how to write a single good copy or edit a simple video even. So it was fully from zero. Yeah.
And yeah, what was the process like to actually learn those things?
The process, I would compare it to a cheat sheet. Like you have an expert in the field who have made millions of dollars, and you just follow along what he says, and it's up to you to practice every day. Because many people think that you join and then you instantly make money. You absolutely have all the resources in the world to make a lot of money, but you have to practice it a lot. So the information given to you was really solid and easy to consume. So I put in the work, and that's what I started learning fast.
Mm. Okay, that was very well said. So, how long did you spend learning before actually landing your first client? And how many outreaches did you do before getting the first one?
Oh wow, outreaches. That's the fun part. I like to talk about outreach. um, so okay, I practiced both skills. So I split my time up during the day to practice a little bit of copywriting and maybe some script writing for potential videos I would edit. So I mixed the services together. I would practice for I think 6 weeks straight. But during that time, I also outreached with my practice, let's say a practice email or a practice video or something like this. So 6 weeks. And what was the second part of your question?
It was, yeah, how many
Outreach.
outreaches did it take for you to actually get your first client?
672 to be exact.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
cold
says
emails.
a lot. It says a
Yeah,
lot to perseverance
yeah.
and to, I guess this is my next question then. So, were they all a mass DM, or were you personalizing? What approach did you take there?
So I sent around 65 to 70 cold emails a day, and I did that for a period of 5 weeks before I realized that all emails needs to be highly personalized, so somebody actually wants to read them and feel that did some research or can offer something for free. So then I brought it down to 25 a day, and I did this all the way up to 672 emails.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And what kept you actually pushing through? Because many people would have given up at that point.
I think I didn't think much about it. Like many people think that, oh, will this work or is this worth it? What if I get no return on this energy that I put into this? But for me, it was certain that if I send enough or if I actually do enough, it will happen. And I think I got this from fighting. So the mentality of it was not hard for me. It was actually pretty. So it was a good feeling of a certain outcome.
Mhm. All right, very solid. Quite a rare mindset in that way. Is that something you've always had, or has it cultivated because of your fighting career or something else?
So yeah, I guess I could argue it was because of fight. I've been fighting for 6 years, but why did I become a fighter? I would say it was because I felt that I can do things and I would do them enough to succeed. And mostly I've been a huge video game player when I was a kid. I beat all the levels in the games. I always try to reach the highest points, and I think I've been like this since I was a kid, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then explain the process. Like you get your first client, as in they respond. You get on a sales call with them. How did the sales call go? What did you pitch them for? What price?
Yeah, so the first ever call I got on was with a psychologist, and she wanted to get more clients, and I because I reached out to her about that. We had a solid talk. She was impressed with everything I knew about marketing, and she asked me where I learned this. So I actually told her where I learned all the skills and stuff. She was very accepting. My first ever service was sold for I think $800. So yeah.
So I guess you were quite confident with charging as well, because usually for the very first client, people tend to undercharge very heavily just for the experience. I mean, it's usually completely fine because you get the experience, you get testimonial, everything. So in your case, what service did you offer for the 800? As in, you said providing clients, but in what way?
Yeah. Yeah, so I offered her Facebook ads, but it would be her speaking on camera. So it was actually me editing the videos for her. And I also included content creation for social media in this. So I clipped the long form videos that we did. I clipped it up and posted it on her Instagram. So that way we could market with paid ads and organic as well.
Right. And
Yeah.
how did things develop from there? Did you continue working with the same client? How did things go with actually landing other clients after getting the first one? Did things speed up, or
Yes.
did you need to do another 600 outreaches before you get your second one?
You know what they say, when you're winning, you are not tired, and that's exactly what happened because I did a great project for her. Everything went well, but then my outreach methods improved because I learned what sticks with people and why they would reach back to me. What can I do to make them reach back to me? And I learned this deeply. So a few weeks after, I think I scored my second client, and then in total, I had six clients at the same time, a month from the time I started working with her, and I had to let her go. I had to focus on the new ones who paid a little bit more. Yeah.
Did you try ask her for more money before letting her go, or did you decide it was time to move on?
She didn't have a big budget, even
Mm.
if more clients rolled in, because she just didn't. And I asked her about more money, but she didn't want to increase. So that
Yeah.
was the red flag for me there.
Mhm. Okay, and then you move on. Did you continue offering the same services, or has that evolved since the first client?
So I have some clients which I only do copywriting for. and I have some clients which I do a mix of the services for. So I usually look at a business that I'm interested in working with, and I just determine what will work, and I offer that service based on my research.
Mhm. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Based on research, and I'm guessing during the sales call, you ask qualifying questions as well, right? Or what is
Yes.
the process like now of your sales calls?
So the first question I would ask, which is my type of icebreaker, is I ask them, why did you get on this call with me? What stuck with you? What was valuable in my outreach? And that's a great conversation starter, because they actually confess to you why they wanted to talk to you. They are most often honest, and from there I just go with the flow. I don't have prepared questions after that one.
Hmm. Okay, very cool. Just
Yeah,
improvise it.
yeah.
And it also gives you feedback on what to keep in your emails and how to target better as well. So,
Yes, exactly, exactly. I always do some notes after sales calls, because they tell you so much valuable information that you can leverage. It's crazy to leave it on the call. You should use it always.
yep, very
Yeah.
cool. So, with your most recent clients, how much have you been charging? I'm guessing it's increased from 800.
Yes, it has. Generally, 1,500 or 2,500, depending on if they want a content package or not. Yeah, that's what I charge now, from 800.
Okay.
So
And then is that a monthly retainer you usually do, or is it more of a one-time thing? How does it work?
So I charge a one-time fee, which you should be the 2,500, because I want to do editing as well. I find it very fun to edit as well. So 2,500 startup price, and then I am fully performance based after that deal, and I usually negotiate a 5 to 10% ad revenue share.
And that is allowing you to scale, I'd imagine, right?
Yes, as I'm getting better, because I'm still getting better at everything I do. So I have the potential to make a lot more money if I perform well, of course.
Amazing. Okay. And is any part of this something you're planning on outsourcing, or maybe you have already?
Well, I'm not outsourcing at all. I'm not planning on it, because I really want to develop my skills to top levels. And when I can actually manage people or coach people, that's when I will outsource. Yeah, right now I'm working with a G as well, in TRW. His name is Boko, so I have him as help, and we help each other out. But I haven't hired anybody.
Okay. Yeah, completely makes sense.
Yeah.
Now I want to get a bit more into your personal life. So, what does your average day look like currently, and has it changed since before joining the real world?
Oh yes. So in the beginning, when I joined the real world, I just had my daughter. So I'm actually a father. Um, and when I started progressing, I got my son. So now I have two kids at home. I have a wife, and I usually get to work straight away when I wake up. I drink some water, have my coffee, and do the difficult parts of the work straight away. Of course, then sunlight, training, spending a little bit of time with the kids and the family, and I go straight back to work and work till I fall asleep. That's what I've been doing for the past 3 4 months now, I think.
Okay. And
Yeah,
for the
simple and effective.
indeed, but not many
Yeah,
people pull it off because whether it's from the overthinking or distractions, anything like it's so easy now in this world for people to just stray from that. So you being focused is showing what can be achieved if you're focused, is what I'm trying to get at. And I'm
of
sure you're
course,
scaling very well because of that.
of course, and even if because I can't lie to you and say that I'm super focused when my kids are screaming and throwing balls at me, like it doesn't work well together. But when you actually decide to try to achieve focus, like really try, it will actually get better during the work time. So I've been a master at that, going from distraction to focus.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And since you're on this trajectory, then what plans do you have for short term, medium term, and long term?
So recently I launched my agency. I call myself a one-man agency, but I want to run ads for my agency to get more clients in and test if I can manage more work, because I do quite a lot of work right now. But as we talked about hiring people later, I've been thinking about coaching people, like asking them if they're interested, because I have a few guys who have messaged me on socials who wants to work with me. But I'm thinking about coaching some people and possibly hiring someone, but that's a little bit longer term goal. Right now, I really want to move from Sweden, where I'm currently located. So the next step would be to move from Sweden. I haven't decided really where we would move, but it's in the progress and in discussions. So it's going to happen for sure this year.
Okay, very
Yeah.
cool. Is there a certain target you want to hit before moving, or what are the criteria that you're waiting on?
So I would really like to scale to 20K a month. And I'm super confident I can do it. So that would be my biggest objective right now, I think, scaling to 20K.
And what would you say for projection for maybe when you plan on getting it? Or do you not have a projection?
My goal is before September, hitting 20K.
Do you not think you'll be able to hit that a lot sooner?
I think I do. I
No.
think maybe.
I don't like maybe. You should give that a yes. Because
Yes, of course I can. This is a month I randomly put out there to give myself quality work time, but I can get it done faster. I think I get it done faster. Yeah.
okay, cool. Just wanted to pick you on the wording you used there. I'm sure you understand why.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah,
Cool. And
it's
what about,
hard to project, bro. Hard to project because I'm a father as well,
of
so I
course,
have to really make it flow and work. So
makes sense.
yeah,
All right. So, what kind of an impact has Tate had on maybe your mindset or anything else? Have you listened to his podcast? Because you said it was because of the podcast you saw that you ended up
yeah,
joining the cohort. So, wondering if there's anything there.
yeah. Since I started first podcast, I pretty much watched every single one with Tate, because what he said was actually like the non-controversial stuff he said was mostly what I grew up with, the values he talks about, and that's the way my father spoke to me. So when he started to speak about his values and what he believes about the world and people, it actually stuck with me really fast, because it was like hearing an echo of my father's voice. So that was pretty interesting, and it hooked me really fast. So yeah, he has had a great impact in my life. Yeah,
Amazing. Love to hear
like
that.
yeah, beyond words, man. Like if I didn't listen to what Tate said or his mindset, I would be 50% weaker, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
So, on those lines, uh, is there anything to add for what plans you had before you joined the real world? So, you said you were amateur MMA fighter, I guess still
Yeah.
are, but what
Yes.
were your plans and goals back before you joined? So, had you not joined, what trajectory was your life heading?
So I was working, I was a delivery guy. I was delivering packages. And during that time, I was in a pretty bad place in my mind, because I didn't know where to go, what to do. But I always wanted to have more than the regular life has to offer. Um, and of course, I want to be, I still do, and I still did want to become a millionaire. That has always been my mindset, that I want to be rich and provide for my family and my loved ones. So that has been my core value. But my life back then, before I check, because nobody taught me anything about this. Like I had nobody to ask. If I would check a YouTube video, it would be one video teaching you something, but it wouldn't stick. And the feeling of going and taking courses from a teacher that you can actually talk with and ask questions, and there are students as well, it really hit the spot. Like it was man, I don't know how people call this a scam. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So, again, on those lines, what do you have to say to people who are unsure about joining because they're thinking, what if I get scammed for $50?
All right. So I can bet that people who watch Tate and think about joining the real world maybe have 5 to 6 subscriptions at home, maybe a game subscription or Spotify or something on there, right? So if you prioritize for once in your life and actually choose something that can be good for you, and you pay those $49 and get inside, put in the effort, actually learn, even if it takes time, you will get a return that nothing else could ever give you, because you will have a financial stability in your life. You can provide for the ones you love, and you can improve your life overall. You can pursue your dreams. Maybe you have to have money to pursue some of the dreams you have, right? So if you hesitate about $49 for the outcome that could be something worth remembering when you're really old, then I don't know what to tell you. So get inside.
That was very well put. And I'm happy to wrap up there. So, for people who want to find out more about what you do or contact you, where can they do so?
Yeah, so my ex is Andrew Slavik. You can check me out there. It's with an SZ. My agency's name is blacklinedm.com. And that's where I'm pretty much active on X and on Instagram.
Okay, so we'll add those to description of video. So anyone who's interested, check description. And yeah, Andreas, doing amazing. I can't believe you're 26 years old and okay. I'll just give a quick summary of what I see from my perspective. So yeah,
Yeah,
26, amateur MMA fighter, 2 kids, wife, scaled to 70K so far with online income. So and a very solid mindset. So with all of those things, I'm sure your growth will continue to be exponential, and who knows just how far you'll get because you're doing all the right things. So it's only a matter of time until things continue scaling and improving.
exactly.
So
Exactly,
yeah,
my friend.
been
Yes.
amazing speaking to you. Thank you for coming on and sharing your story, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a good one.